Hey everybody, Josh Sirkson of World Alternative Media here, and well, we have some good, bad news at the same time. It's hard to really put it into perspective because it's something that we've never really seen to this extent before in history. We are watching YouTube essentially, as of December 10th anyway, essentially destroy independent media before our eyes, and it's time that people stand up and do something about it. We need your help, folks. And before I go into all that, I want to mention that we are on flote.app, flote.app, as well as BitChute, both World Alternative Media, at WAM, Josh Sigurdsson, etc. I'll show it on the screen right here. I should make it clear to you where you can go and find us. There's World Alternative Media on BitChute, and we have here at Josh Sigurdsson on Flote, as well as at WAM, W-A-M. Anyway, back to me. It's hard to really put this into good words because, well, first of all, it's late at night and I'm a little tired, and second, YouTube is about to take down our account, essentially. We are not long for this world anymore here at WAM, unless we get your help. Now, one way or another, we are probably going to be off of YouTube within the next year and a half, and very likely within the next month. We have about a month and a half left until we can't function as a media anymore. We don't have any money coming in. We need to raise $1,500 more a month before we can survive, because YouTube has basically demonetized us almost entirely at this point. We're not making any money anymore. We can't pay for, food and bills and rent, and we can't pay to go to stories and report from places. I can't afford to drive anywhere. I can't afford to use gas. I can't do anything right now, and it's really frustrating, but it doesn't have to be this way. First of all, there's flote.app, and we are going to flote.app 100%. They are going to be on rolling monetization soon, so that's big. I'm really excited about that. And as well as that, there's also BitChute, and there's also Minds, and there's also PocketNet. All of those. The point is, we are going to still exist, but we are technically going under. Look, I want to clarify something I said earlier today on Facebook and Flote, which is that we are going under. People thought, well, that means the end of WAM. No, we haven't gone under. We're going under. It's not at that point yet, but we're almost there. We have maybe about a month and a half left that we can sustain ourselves as a media. Otherwise, then we are going under. And that's why I need to reach out to the viewer. Either find us on these alternative social media networks or pledge $1 or more a month, and then we will be able to continuously bring you 1 or 2 videos every single day for as far into the future as we can. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm willing to go homeless to bring you content on a regular basis. By the way, there's not one single comment in the chat yet, and we're 3.5, almost 4 minutes in, and there's 38 people watching. I don't know why, but make sure to comment. Say something, say hello, say that you're here, because I'm not seeing anyone commenting at all, and it's rather strange. I have no idea why that's happening. All right, Future Outfit says, yes, there is. All right, and Kingsley Edwards says, hey-yo. Anyway. So for those just tuning in, YouTube on December 10th, they're pushing for that COPPA stuff, and they say it's about the kids, but it's really not about the kids at all. They're going to be taking down basically probably hundreds of thousands of YouTube channels, if not completely demonetizing them, possibly millions. And WAM is going to go under. That's it. That's all. Independent media gone. And I really, really have hope and faith in the people watching that someone will do something. It's my responsibility to keep WAM up and running. But it's your responsibility as the viewer with your demand to follow us to flote.app. Get an account at flote.app, flote.app. Get an account on BitChute. Find us on these places, because once we're gone, we're gone. And we need your funding. So again, for those just tuning in, we need $1,500 a month on average. That's the minimum cost to keep WAM up and running. That means $1 or more a month pledge on Patreon, Subscribestar, GoFundMe. You can pledge on Float, and they're putting Wire through Float right away, so you can do that as well. I see Freedom Free for All watching. Great to see them. They said, oh, they want their kids. Oh yeah, isn't it interesting that YouTube takes down videos attacking pedophilia, but then claims that they're for children, and now they're just gonna take down everyone's channels? I mean, I feel like the only way that WAM can survive on YouTube right now is by swearing, but we'll be demonetized. If we swear, then we can't say it's for kids, but then we won't be able to make any money at all. Isn't the world order fun? Anyway, Freedom Free for All says tampons for men. Precisely. So anyway, I want to show you guys where we're at here. So I'm gonna put it on the screen right now. This is float.app, flote.app, where I can post whatever I want, which is nice. Float is probably one of the best sites I've seen in, well, as far as I can remember. I remember, it reminds me a lot of what Facebook was like when I was able to reach people like 8 years ago, 9 years ago. And then even back then, it was starting to tilt in the other direction. We're on Float as @WAM as well. So you can find us @WAM. Just go and follow us. Go to these websites. Go to these alternatives. We need you guys there, or else all these guys, all of us are going under. I don't know how else to put it to people, but we are literally less than a month away from one of the biggest actions ever taken by YouTube to censor YouTube channels. We might be gone. We'll just be gone. We can't say, hey, goodbye. We'll just be gone. You'll just not see us in your feed anymore, and that'll be it. Do you know how many people already have come to me and said, oh, I thought you were dead, or I thought you quit years ago because I stopped seeing your posts years ago? I've watched people go on YouTube in front of me at events and look at my videos and type in World Alternative Media and nothing for like 5 or 6 pages. It's not happening with everyone, but for a lot of people. And they go through 5 or 6 pages and there's nothing. And they're like, have you just deleted your channel, or are you not posting anymore? No, it's just we're not allowed to be seen. So we need your pledges. We need to make $1,500 a month more than we are. In total, we're making $500 a month off pledges. That's it. I really appreciate the people pledging. It means the world to me that people actually care. But most don't care, and we need to raise another $1,500 a month, or else that's it. We're gone. It's now or never, guys. We have a very limited amount of time left, and if people don't do something about it, we're kind of screwed. Let me pull some stuff up on the screen here. So, we do have Subscribestar. Subscribestar is one way to do things. They take less fees than Patreon. They're more creator friendly. We so far have 40 subscribers, but we need more. We need to build that up. Most of the subscribers are in the $2 to $5 a month, which I really appreciate, because that's all it takes, really. If everyone just $5 a month means premium content on Float or on Subscribestar that you won't find anywhere else. And obviously, we have Patreon. Patreon is probably the best way so far as like we get more pledges on there than anywhere else. We have 125 patrons, but it's up to about $416 a month. So all in all, we have about $1,500 more to go. We need to make about $2,000 a month in order to stay afloat. That's not that much, but that's the amount of money that's necessary to, at the minimum, to keep this operation up and running so that we can continuously put videos up on a daily basis, 1 or 2 a day in some cases. We have GoFundMe as well. Now, don't get shocked or alarmed by the number $12,790 raised, because that goes back to June 2nd, 2015. It's been up for 4.5 years now. So over 4.5 years, we got that money coming in. So yeah, it's gotten 866 shares, 299 followers, 296 donors. But yeah, over 4.5 years. So we've spent whatever has gotten in there on bills and food and stuff to keep myself alive. Thank God for people like, Tim BitChute, who's our one of our contributors, because he does it for free. He's obviously an advisor, a financial advisor, and he has that, and he does videos with WAM while he's not working on that. Then we got float.app, again, flote.app, and we got BitChute. I don't know why my picture keeps disappearing on BitChute. I keep re-uploading it, and then it's there, and then it just disappears. But anyway, 497. No one subscribed since the beginning of this video. And let's see, refresh float. One person has followed me since the beginning of this broadcast here. So let me get back to this, and let's see. We have 39 people watching. Surely more than just one of you can sign up for float. If you have already, good, but surely we can get more than one person out of this whole broadcast on float to save independent media, to save the spread of free information, guys. Aaron Honch says, come on, y'all, send Josh $1 to show him we care. That's $2 super chat. Thank you, Aaron. I appreciate it. I've come to the conclusion that, honestly, and I'm not trying to be a downer here, but most people don't care. I think it's my responsibility to build my media up and ensure that there's security down the line. And I didn't prepare for it enough, and that's on me. The vast majority of people, generally speaking, not all of you watching necessarily, but generally speaking, people don't care. And that goes for any community, whether it's the anarchists or libertarians, or whether it's communists and socialists, whether it's people that are apolitical, whether it's people that are Keynesians, people that are ANCAPs. It doesn't matter. People generally don't care. They are just better off being comfortable. They just feel better just being comfortable in whatever headspace they might be in. But here's what's up with that. When independent medias are all gone, you have no ability to actually examine information counter to the mainstream information that's pounded down people's throats, the indoctrination. And sooner or later, you're going to see wars rage because of it. You're going to see more of the control grid. It'll grow all the time. You'll see the Chinese-style control grid come to fruition. All these things that we were warning about for all these years, there won't be any more warnings. There won't be any more spread of that information unless you go to things like float.app, unless you go to things like BitChute. And I don't know why BitChute doesn't monetize. Float will be monetizing soon. So for creators out there, that's going to be really big, and that's going to allow creators to actually be able to still make money without Google deciding what can or cannot be seen. Freedom Free for All says, I won't do super chat. Google takes some of it. Yeah, I know. Still, I get some of it, but I mean, there's GoFundMe, there's Patreon, there's Subscribestar. You can pledge with crypto on Float, and soon you'll be able to pledge with other things on Float. But anyway, I mean, with they have Wire that they're going to be implementing right away. Boo and Little says, I'm on Float and BitChute. Awesome, great to hear, and I appreciate that. Whoa, what is that? Sungoon Ryu. Let me look this up. 25,000 something. Let me. It's funny because I study money, but I'm still not getting what that says. Okay, that's South Korean won. Well, I really appreciate that. That goes a long way here at WAM, and it makes a huge difference. Those super chats are huge. So thank you so much for that. That's definitely awesome. Rick Dick says, I'll check out Float. Hi from Winnipeg. Hello from Las Vegas. There's a reason why I moved here. It was cheap. Float.app, I'll put that in the thing. Sungoon Ryu says that's about 20. Yeah, I just looked it up. I was like, wait a second. It's not every day that I get currency from South Korea. So I really appreciate that. That's awesome. That goes a long way here. So thanks a lot, man. Kingsley Edwards sent $2 in the super chat. We'll send you more on Float. By the way, you're bad at pool. I am really good at pool. And Kingsley really dropped the ball last night at pool. Anyway, got beat by a girl. Let's see. William Lone says, I'll send some crypto to your Bitcoin address below over the next couple days, Josh. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I almost forgot about that. Thanks for reminding me. You could send tips to our Bitcoin address here. Again, for those that are just tuning in, we need to raise $1,500 a month on average at minimum, $1,500 more, or else WAM goes under, probably within the next month and a half. We need this to happen, and it's now or never, guys. We are running out of time extremely fast. It's terrifying, honestly, because I mean, we're watching independent media go under, and most people generally don't care, and it's sad. But I know a lot of you watching do care, and it means a lot to me that you do, and you're concerned about the future of free information on the internet and the ability to counter the mainstream narratives. Like I said in the thing, it's time's running out, guys, and it's more important now than ever before to support independent media. If not myself, Press for Truth, We Are Change. But right now, let's talk about WAM. So I need to see $1,500 within the next month or so, a month and a half or so, in new pledges on Patreon or Subscribestar for WAM to survive. Otherwise, we're gone. It's a sad reality. I'm gonna have to end WAM. We were once the fastest growing independent media in the world, and suddenly this year we've seen our viewership crash, and not because people stop watching us. So we always get people that come and go, but it's because YouTube won't let us be seen. Even in many cases, if you type in the title of our videos with World Alternative Media after it, we don't get. You can't find our video at all. You just find Fox News, CNN, AP, and you look at these Associated Press videos, and it's like they have like 150 views on them. Like it's just so crazy. Nature is the answer says, hey, how's it going, Josh? I'm creating health truth content, doing my best to spread awareness and promote freedom. Thanks for the inspiration. I do my best as independent media too. Love you, man. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I always appreciate the kind words. Aaron Hunch says, you're terrible at pool. I'll give you $10 if you admit it on air. I'm pretty sure Kingsley doesn't want you giving me $10, but you promised, so sure. I'm terrible at pool. Anyway, Stuart Vogt says you're being censored big time. Absolutely, I've never seen anything like it. It's just grown to such a crazy extent at this point that you have to wonder why it hasn't caused like a revolution at this point. I mean, when you completely take over the narratives, and there's so many channels that are big media channels that were taken down, and they're just gone. They're all working like at Safeway and Walmart now because their livelihood was just ripped away in a second. 17,000 channels in 1 week a couple weeks ago. And I mean, nobody did anything about it. Nobody cares. Some people said some things on Twitter, but this is why we need you now. We need those pledges now. $1,500 more a month in pledges. All you have to do, $1 to $5 each. Like there's 136,000 people, 50 of which are watching, which is crazy, by the way. It's 50 people out of 136,000. I know it's late, but we have a huge audience in Australia and New Zealand and in Asia and elsewhere around Europe. It makes no sense that we only have 50 people watching right now, but nonetheless, we need people to pledge, or else we go under in the next month or so. It's end stop. I mean, if you don't do it now, we're gone, and I'm sorry. That's it. I really appreciated Mike for the $5 pledge on Patreon. That goes a long way. We're now down to 1,495. Should probably drink some more coffee. I literally still have coffee here. I'm just gonna stick to that for a little while. So we have $1,495 left to go a month in pledges before we can commit to still being around in a year from now. We have about a month and a half left, or else we're out. I mean, I got one more small, tiny payday coming right away, I think tomorrow or the day after. And then after that, I got a couple $100 coming in. and for all of December. I can't buy anyone Christmas presents, none of that, and I don't plan on it. These pledges go 100% to WAM, 100% to keeping the lights on here, 100% to being able to pay rent and pay the bills and be able to eat, so that I can spend 18 hours a day producing content on a regular basis. So 1,500 is the minimum that we need, more in order to survive. So any help is really, really appreciated, guys. Let's see what we got here. My dad says they always censor the truth. Yep. Stuart Vogt says Trump pooped the bed when it comes to cracking down on big tech censorship. Yeah, but I mean, it's not what the government does. The government is behind this. It's a deep state, so to say. Trump isn't going to do anything that's going to change that. It's the online entities such as Facebook and YouTube, Google, you know, all these things, all these alphabet agencies, literally. I mean, Google's called Alphabet. It's right in your face. What's interesting about it, they've gotten billions of dollars in subsidies, and I'm not talking about tax breaks. I'm talking about they've gotten billions of dollars in contracts over the years through the CIA, etc., through the French government, the Chinese government, all sorts of stuff. So this problem was created by the government in the first place. They get everyone in one place under the guise of convenience, and then they grab you and rip you apart and rip apart that information was moving too fast. And they realized this recently, and now they're desperately trying to stop it from continuing. So nature is the answer. Says you've done more than many people will ever do, especially for the utter truth and question. Yeah, I really appreciate that. It means a lot, and I'm always happy to hear such kind words from the people that watch us. I've said, and I'll say it again, if I go homeless, I'll still be doing this, but I prefer not to go homeless. Robert Lettingham says, poor Josh, 136K subscribers and no cash flow. YouTube sucks. Yeah, it does. And it doesn't let anyone see most of our videos. Like 61 people are watching out of 136,000 people. So there's that. But yeah, again, for those that are just tuning in, we have about a month and a half left before we go under. We need to now raise about $1,495 in pledges per month, or else we're gone. And most of the independent medias are about to go down. We are on float.app, flote.app. Join us on there. I'm going to check right now to see who has actually gone on there and joined us since the beginning of this broadcast. Let's see here. Let's refresh this. 1,097 followers to 1,097. None of the people watching that haven't yet signed up for Float have signed up for Float since this has begun. We got one person so far during this whole live stream that has signed up for Float. See, this is what makes me worry for the future of mankind. Seriously, guys. Go to float.app, flote.app, and sign up. It takes 2 seconds. Is that so hard to ask to save the future of independent media and the spread of free information? Is that really that much to ask? There's BitChute. I'm going to refresh and see if anyone has followed since. Nope, not a single new subscriber on BitChute. So, see, that is exactly why I have a very hard time actually having faith in the future. But anyway, we got Mr. X. It's 7:46 a.m. here. Give me a break. I have only woken up. Yeah, no. Well, so we're all over the world. It's 7-something a.m. somewhere. I'm not blaming anyone for just waking up. Nature, as the answer says, alternative media must band together. I agree. I'm trying to get everyone together. It's really hard to get everyone organized on this because I think it's more important to walk away from YouTube than let them delete us. If we walk away, then we can, then we can, actually bring people over with us. Otherwise, if we're just taken down, then people go on YouTube one day and then we're just not there and they never see us again. And that's it. Let's see. Put link in comments, says Tony Labato. Yeah, I've been doing that. It's also in the description of this video. Float.app, flote.app. I'm at Josh Sigurdsson as well as at WAM, W-A-M. So you can find us on there. Andrew Clemens says, I signed up. Thank you very much, Andrew. Great to hear. Again, for those just tuning in, we need to raise another $1,495 a month at minimum before to save WAM, or else WAM's about to go down. It's late at night. Please forgive my lack of thinking or processing abilities right now, but I needed to talk to all of you guys, and I needed to make this clear because I'm looking at finances and we're about to go under. We got a month and a half at the most, and then WAM's gone. And you know who's following us? We're going to see the same thing happen to Press for Truth. We're going to see the same thing happen to We Are Change. We're going to see the same thing happen to all the independent medias, and those that sat and did nothing will have to deal with that in their own way. So, Creighton, thank you for joining us on float.app. Glad to hear. Again, flote.app. He says it reminds him of Twitter. Yeah, well, that's one of the things. Like right now, it has a very, very Twitter look, but also has kind of a Facebook vibe to it. But rolling back the clock multiple years before they started banning everyone and shadow banning and censoring and blah, blah, blah. And it's really, I think the most exciting part is that it's going to be replacing, Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr, Twitch, Reddit, YouTube, and, Patreon all in one. And I think that's incredibly important. And we're seeing that slowly take place. It's still in the beginning phases. So don't get too restless with it. It's just starting to happen. And I think there's a good chance Float might bring monetization to creators right as YouTube pulls it in December, hopefully in December, if not January. I'm really excited for that because that's going to save a lot of lives. And I actually, what I find is interesting is YouTube's about to literally rip away millions of people's livelihoods, millions. And they should never have been dependent on YouTube in the first place. But nonetheless, the point is, this is an evil entity. Google used to be, don't be evil. No, it's evil. It's an evil entity that's about to destroy possibly millions of lives. And all under the guise of helping kids, which they don't help because the top channels on YouTube are like children in bikinis and stuff that creeps watch with millions of views. And then they take down videos like Dan from Press for Truth put up a video attacking how horrible pedophilia was and everything like that. And they took down his video and demonetized him 100%. So, and they've deleted my videos before without even telling me or giving me any way to dispute it. YouTube's dead, guys. This is gone. This is the end. We are at the end. We need you guys to join us, and we need you guys to pledge. Now or never. That's it. I don't know how else to put it. I'm getting serious because this is the future of free information. The future. If you care about the future of free information, if not me, one of the other independent medias, this matters, and it's never mattered more than now. We're on the verge of multiple wars worldwide, massive recession, dollar crash. We're on the verge of culture wars and civil wars, and people aren't doing anything to ensure that we have free information to discern from the mainstream information that tries to bring us into these wars of dependency and debt and servitude. It's really important. And I need you guys to help me. We need $1,495 more a month. Out of 136,000 people, we should be able to do that in the next month and a half. In the next month and a half, we need that. Whether it's Patreon, Subscribestar, pledging on Float. We have GoFundMe, but I mean, that's for multiple donation or individual donations. I'm not sure if it's as good for pledging. I think you can pledge on there, but I don't know how much they take. It's important. And Tony Lovato says censorship. What is this, China? It's about to be. It's about to be China. We're coming very close. That was a whole plan. Zuckerberg went to China, worked with him on facial recognition, worked with him on all this kind of stuff that's now coming to fruition with massive smart grids and technocratic police states and completely controlling the narrative. These entities support pedophilia and then come after us. The independent media is trying to stop this craziness, trying to stop this evil, come after us as the problem under the guise of saving children. It's sick. This is Orwellian doublespeak. It's disgusting. It's pathetic. It's criminal. It's fraudulent. And we need you guys in order to turn this boat around before we hit that iceberg. We are literally on the cusp of the worst censorship we've ever seen in recent days outside of Soviet Russia and China. We are on the cusp of a new order, and it's not a good one. But we can create our new order, our own, and break away from this massive complex of slavery that's being bestowed upon us by these massive alphabet agencies or social media networks. We need you. Those of you watching, you are the change you wish to see in this world. You are the ones that will change us. You are the ones that will make this better. You are the ones that will save free information on the internet. But if you don't, we're gone forever. You'll never see us again. You got CNN, Fox News, BBC, protecting pedophiles with ABC and Disney. Good luck with that. I might sound harsh, but I'm just speaking the truth because we literally have, what, 20 days left until YouTube does this? 22? On December 10th, 2019, leading into the 2020 elections, YouTube will be taking down millions, if not demonetizing millions, of channels, making it unsustainable, changing their terms of service to say that they could basically take down whatever they want, whenever they want. Join us on float.app. Join us on BitChute. Thank you, Jason Cabra, who sent Canadian $10. Walked to my car to get my wallet just now. Keep it up. Thank you. Thank you so much. That means a lot to us. Actually getting up on your feet, doing something, and helping the future of free information. That makes you a hero. That means that you actually care. Thank you. Thank you. I really, truly appreciate that. Those super chats go a long way. And again, we got the pledges. Wait, what? Aaron just said, I'll give you another $5 if I can wax her eyebrows on air. Not going to happen. But yeah, okay, so we got Patreon here. Put it up on the screen for you guys. We got Patreon. Again, we need $1,495 more if WAM is going to survive. We need that in the next month and a half. That's it. That's all. We need it now. If not now, then never, because we will not be able to survive as a media without it. We need $1,495 more in pledges. We have Subscribestar as well. Subscribestar is the Patreon alternative. It's an awesome site. I will do subscriber-only content for $5 a month or more. If you want to work out some custom thing with me, send me a message on Subscribestar. I appreciate it, guys. It means a lot. You guys will save independent media. We have GoFundMe as well. Now, GoFundMe, again, the number on the page, they changed this recently to make it look bad, of course. They changed the way the page looks. That $12,790 was over 4 years, and most of it happened a couple years ago after I confronted Justin Trudeau. Here we are on float.app. Let's see. From 1,097 followers to 1,102. Great. 5 more people joined. That means 6 overall in this stream. I appreciate it. That makes a difference. We need that support on these alternative social media networks. And Float, honestly, I think is going to replace all these things. I'm putting my entire career and my entire living on the line because I believe Float will be the change, the major change we need to see within social media networks. I'm risking a lot because I believe that Float will do it and will be that change we're looking for. Meanwhile, we have BitChute as well. Let's see. From 497 subscribers, that's so miserable, to 500. All right. Great. We're halfway to 1,000 subscribers on BitChute. Isn't it crazy that I've had this channel for a while. I have not been able to get people to move there because most people are stuck on YouTube. And I mean, I still watch a lot of YouTube videos, and most of you are watching on YouTube and stuff like that. I understand. But with 136,000 subscribers to only have 500 subscribers on BitChute, man, we need to do better than that. But again, Float, thank you all for joining Float. It means a lot. I'm going to get to you followers if you wish. Let me know in the chat if you want me to mention your Float name on air for other people to go and follow. I don't want to do it without your permission, so let me know. I'm going to start following a bunch of you. Let's see. A whole bunch of people. All right, great. Just open up in new tabs. And follow. I'm not showing it on the screen for privacy reasons for the people that I'm following. Without their permission, I don't want to do that. Okay. I followed everyone, I think, that just followed me so far in this stream. I believe. Yep, I think I followed all of you guys. All right, great. Really appreciate it, guys. Now, let's see. We got another super chat coming in. All right, so $10 from Julian Adolf Lakeo. Sorry if I said that wrong, man. Big Brother is getting stronger. It's now or never. It is absolutely now or never. We are... We're at the end of the ropes here, but we could go both ways. We could go complete slavery and have only indoctrination, propaganda shoved down our throat, or we can go the route of a free, new uprising towards independent social media networks like Float.app. Do we want more networks to cover up for people like Jeffrey Epstein and Prince Philip and Jimmy Savile? Do we want giant networks covering up for giant pedophilia rings involving politicians and bankers and celebrities? Or do we want to be able to take the information, facts, it's not that controversial, and inform the public of these said facts and promote freedom and liberty and truth throughout the world? The revolution will not be televised, and it might not be YouTubed either. But it certainly will be on Float.app. And it certainly will be on BitChute. Tony Lobato says, I wonder if YouTube knows we're plotting a coup against them. Yeah, well, YouTube doesn't care. They take so much money as it is from monetization. They're losing, I'm pretty sure, billions of dollars at the end of the day with this kind of stuff. It has nothing to do with money to them. It's all about control, controlling the narrative. And it's truly disgusting. They're covering up for pedophiles. They're covering up for these organized crime rackets we call government. And they're censoring anyone that dares speak. This is Soviet Russia on the internet, utilizing a so-called free market, company which is subsidized and contracted by the government, and it's a government monopoly on information. It's truly sick. James Duran GT Garage sent 50 Australian dollars. Thank you, man. I really appreciate it. That's awesome. He says, I will do what I can, mate. I am with you 100%. I just think most people are struggling and are also very ignorant. As I say, the struggle is masked by debt. That's absolutely true. And people are more poor than they have been in many years. And then a lot of people are really rich but have a ridiculous amount of debt. It's 100% true to say. But with that said, I mean, $1 a month, I'm sorry, but I'm completely broke, and I mean $1 a month. But anyway, it's something that's debatable. Not everyone is that passionate about my channel that they'll do that, and I really appreciate you supporting free information on the internet and the spread of free information. It stops wars, it saves lives, and it keeps people out of mind slavery, being enslaved in their mind, in a little cage within their brain, into these massive propaganda rackets that the government and the mainstream media push forward, and the banks, etc. So that super chat means a hell of a lot, and I couldn't thank you enough. Thank you so much. Truly means a lot. We've watched our viewership drop 80 or more % since January. We've seen our monetization drop about 90%. The more I work, the harder I work, the less I make, the more I'm shadow banned. And it's very depressing. But, first of all, I want to make it clear that I have hope and faith in the future. And I'm not depressed, so if they say it's suicide, it was murder. And but I have faith that people will stand up. But unfortunately, it's going to be almost too late once people finally do. It seems like people need to literally be burned before they stand up and do something, generally speaking, that is. The artist formerly known as Beerzerker says, just hit you up on Float. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Let me see here. Let me get back to my profile. All right, 1,103 followers. And I'm guessing there's Logic PTK. Just follow me at Logic PTK. Thank you very much. And Mech, thank you to you as well. I'm following all the people that just followed me. Let's see. Anyway, people tune out every time I do this. But anyway, I really, for those that are just tuning in, we need $1,495 more a month. $1,495 more a month on average, minimum, in order to keep WAM alive, and we need it within the next month and a half. If that doesn't happen, WAM goes under and we're done. All these independent medias are dealing with the same issue right now. YouTube's about to take down most independent media channels, so we need your help. Ken Shikenji says Epstein wasn't that bad a pedo. For God's sakes, they were 17 years old. No, there's a lot of 12-year-olds. There's a lot of 12-year-olds. He brought a 12-year-old, I think 2 12-year-olds as gifts, I think from Russia, to his Manhattan apartment for his birthday several years back. And it's also, there's a lot of people that say that he didn't actually do anything, though, and it was actually him just as an agent for Mossad or something setting other people up. Anyway, Travis Sanders says, you were my first follower on Float. Glad to hear, man. I'm really excited about Float.app. And I'm excited about the notion of people actually caring about, free information and supporting independent media. If it's not myself, it's Press for Truth, We Are Change, Ford Fisher, Carrie Wedler, all these people. It's important. Freedom Free for All, who was on the chat earlier. It means a great deal. Let me see here. Has anyone else pledged on Patreon? No, not yet. All right. Let's see. GoFundMe. Nope, no one yet. Let's see. I can't see on... No, I don't think... Yeah, nothing on Subscribestar by the looks of it. Oh, actually, I did just get a new follower or subscriber on Subscribestar. Let me log in and check that out real quick. Bear with me, folks. I'm not showing it on the screen for obvious privacy reasons. Okay. Thank you, Topher. Thank you very much. I appreciate it, man. It means a lot. So if you're still watching, thank you very much. So that brings it down to $1,493. I need to get $1,493 together a month in pledges by the middle of, within the next month and a half. So I'll just put it to January 1st. I need to pull together about that much. So $1,493. It shouldn't be that hard to raise that pledge level in the next month and a half with 136,000 subscribers, right? I mean, surely it can't be that difficult. We got a new pledge, or not pledge, we got a new super chat somewhere. Where's this $5 coming from? I'm not seeing it on the chat. This is weird. I see it at the top, but I do not see it in the actual chat. How's that even possible? Can you comment if you're the one that sent the $5 super chat? It's not showing. It looks like it's Boo and Little. Thank you very much for the $5 super chat. Awesome. Really appreciate it. Goes a long way. And for those that are just tuning in, this is what it takes in order to save independent media and free information. Without it, we're gone in the next month and a half. YouTube's cracking down. It's now or never. Like I showed in the thumbnail for this video, time is running out. We need you guys. Now more than ever. The future of humanity depends on you. We have a Bitcoin address as well, by the way. Just for anyone that wants to donate through that that QR code. We could really use that work as well. Boo and Little says, love you, Josh. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. Appreciate the help. It means a great deal. It really does. I don't know. I never know how to express it to people, but I want it to be clear that every single one of you that clicks that button and does $1, $2, $5, $10, $20, $50, $100, all of you, you guys are literally saving the world. You guys are heroes. People often say, well, what if someone just sent $1? Someone spent the time to send that $1. If they spent the time to send that $1, they care. They care about the future of independent media and free information. And most of all, stopping these slave rackets from taking hold. Video Say So says, can you hang in there until I get paid in a couple of weeks? I'm poor, but lol, but I Patreon. The chat just rolled up, so I couldn't finish it. But I Patreon to you what I can spare. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. You don't have to do more than $1 a month. I mean, it means a great deal to see people that care like that. I mean, you know what I find interesting is that the people with the least tend to give the most. It's something I noticed all over the world. When I was in Mauritania, Africa, I was seeing people on the street that were willing to give me or help me in any way they can. Like, for example, like just waiting at the border, at the Mauritania border after going through the minefield and the no man's land between Western Sahara, civil war country of Morocco, into Mauritania. We go over the landmines. By the way, I made almost no money off that movie, and I went through a land. I almost died so many times. But anyway, that's besides the point. Check out our documentary, Atlantis in the Desert, if you want. But anyway, I get to the border, and these people that are clearly poor to the point where like they have dirt all over their face and ripped up clothes, and like they're barely surviving, and they look skinny. I sit down, and they gave up their blanket. They're like, do you want to sit on this blanket? They didn't say that because they didn't speak English, but they put down this blanket, and they're like, please sit. And then they went and sat on the floor, the hard floor, and I'm like, no. And they're like, please. And they would be insulted if I did. So I sat on the blanket, and it's like, these are people that have nothing, and they're just helping me for no reason. They don't know me. They've never met me. It's just a beautiful thing. And I find people who have the least tend to give the most, and it's awesome. Julian Adolf Lakeo just sent another $40 in the super chat here on YouTube. Said, how can you be so sick? Pedophiles, we must fight these psychopaths. Absolutely. I mean, these are people that are not just mentally deranged, they're psychotic, and they're evil. And you have these massive entities protecting them. And what does that tell you about those massive entities? They obviously want to desensitize and children and make them degenerates, yet they claim that they're here to protect the children, and that's why they're taking down independent media channels and basically claiming everyone caters to children somehow. And why do these COPPA regulations? This is the government too, don't forget. Who the hell is the government to say? What about free speech? Whatever happened to free speech? They claim to be protecting children. This is the same government that has probably thousands and thousands and thousands, and maybe even hundreds of thousands of bureaucrats that are raping children. And then they come in and claim that they're here to help children. It's going to give me an ulcer if I think about it too much. I have to step back sometimes. I just got another patron pledge. All right. Thank you, Moritz. Let's see. We got another $5 patron pledge. That brings us from $14.93 to $14.88. So we are at 1488 left. We need to raise another 1488 left in the next month and a half by January 1st, let's say, in order to keep WAM alive. That's what we need to do. So I'm going to have to keep this in mind. I got to write this down. It's going to be on video, but I'm just going to write it down to keep it in mind so I don't forget. 1488 is what we need to raise now. So thank you, Moritz, so much. Really means a lot. And you just sent €2 by the looks of it. I can't really see. Are those euros or pounds? I think those are euros. €2 in the super chat. Thank you so much. I realize that most people in the United States or in the Americas are in bed right now. So I appreciate those watching. I know most people are on the other side of the world right now. But that's awesome. Oh, and I just saw a $50 pledge by Sunghoon Ryu. Please tell me if I'm saying your name wrong, because I feel like an idiot. Thank you so much. That just brings it down another $50 to $14.38. I sure hope I got that right. Right? Yeah, $14.38. That is awesome. We only need to raise another $14.38 by January 1st. You are a hero, Sunghoon. Thank you so much. That's awesome. That is so awesome. And that's really changing the guard here. It really makes it possible for us to survive. For those just tuning in, we have about a month and a half left. YouTube's probably going to delete us in the next 20 days or so. So join us on float.app, flote.app, as well as BitChute. But nonetheless, if they don't delete us, they're going to demonetize us. But one way or another, in order for YouTube, for us to be able to sustain ourselves as a media on any platform, we need to raise another $1,438 in pledges by January 1st. I say pledges. I don't count the donations in only because I want to make it clear that like the individual donations, we love that and it helps so much. But I need the security, a little bit more security, seeing like the pledges that I know that it's going to actually, circulate each month. So thank you so much. It means so much to me. Moritz sent €5, said just became a patron. Took 2 minutes. Guys, there are so many of us. If everybody gives only $3 a month, we can finance a lot of alternative media. Absolutely right, man. See, this is what I've been saying. Even $1, just $1. It changes so much. It really, truly changes so much. It allows us to operate, and we don't have to worry about censorship or self-censorship. We can say whatever we want and bring you guys the information you deserve to make your own decisions in life rather than being indoctrinated by these massive mainstream media rackets that are promoted by a bunch of pedophiles and Satanists and disgusting excuses for human beings. Let me see here. I'm going to refresh on Subscribestar. Nothing new there. I'm going to check on BitChute now. Let's bring this up on the screen. 500 subscribers. Let's see. 501. Thank you to the one person that since last time that subscribed on BitChute. We are World Alternative Media. For some reason, people have been having a hard time finding us on there. But I'm a little behind on posting some of the videos. I'm going to catch up real soon, and it'll be newest, latest stuff very soon. And in not too much time, we're going to be seeing similar on Float. We're going to be posting videos on Float soon, and they're going to be monetized soon. And I see we are up now on Float to 1,106 followers. Thank you so much for all those following. Let me know if you want me to bring you up and promote you on Float right now and get people to go and follow you as well. See, I'm allowed to talk about Jeffrey Epstein on Float. It's late, so my posts aren't seen as much right now, but I actually get more reach on Float than I do on Facebook with 10 times the audience on Facebook. Often I'll do a live stream on Facebook, and 2 or 3 people will be tuned in at a time, if that. It's pretty crazy. So we have 41 subscribers on Subscribestar. We need $1,438 more in pledges by January 1st in order to survive as a media. I hate doing this, guys. I hate having to be that guy that pushes this stuff and pushes it and pushes it. But it's the only way. Without doing this, no one will even know. No one will even know. So again, thank you, Moritz. Seriously, thank you so much, Sunghoon. He says, I became a patron too. 2 new t-shirts. Yeah, I got to start releasing t-shirts soon. I've had so many issues with my website in the past several months. It's just problem after problem. I couldn't afford to keep it up for a while, and now I got it back up, but it's not really up and running yet. I need to do some, it's a long story, but my website will be up and running, worldalternativemedia.com. You could bookmark it even if it's not up right now. Let's see. Mr. X says the sexual abuse is a form of mind control. They destroy your barrier, ego, and sense of worth in order to make you a source, empathy usually, so that you feed their narcissistic and psychopathic needs. Yeah, to a great deal. Yeah, I mean, one thing I find interesting is that there is a lot of evidence that these sick pedophiles are just on power trips. Like a lot of people, billionaires and 100 millionaires, etc., the Clintons. They make all this money and they don't find new power and new money anymore. So they look for new ways to exert their power and project their power onto others. And in many ways, they utilize, hurting kids and taking advantage of the most vulnerable as this powerful power trip, I guess you could say. It's disgusting. It's sick. It's pathetic. And the mainstream media covers up for it, and so does YouTube. Thank you so much to Joseph for the $1 Patreon pledge. $1, that's all it takes, guys. $1 a month. $1 a month. We can really nip this issue in the butt. Thank you so much, Joseph. And that brings it down to $1,437 more that we need to raise by January 1st. $1,437. I think we can do it. I believe in you guys. I believe in the people watching this that we will be able to save independent media, even if there is only 54 people out of 136,000 people watching this broadcast. Video Say So says, can you tell Hopeful Adventures about your international vaccine schedule? I recall them as awful. A separate round for each time I left the country if 18 months had passed. Yeah, I don't get vaccines for other countries. I got a yellow fever vaccine once, and I really regretted it because it was unnecessary. But I weighed out the good and the bad, and sometimes, even if the vaccine's terrible, it might, in some cases, I mean a very small amount. Don't take me as a pro-vax or anything, but in some cases, it's better than the disease itself, or better than the possibility of the disease if you're in places like Africa. However, in most cases, it's more dangerous than the sickness itself. HPV is a great example in places like Texas when Rick, what's his name, the old governor, I keep forgetting his name. He's now working with the EPA. I think he might have stepped down though. Anyway, presidential hopeful in 2012. So the HPV vaccine was forced on people, and then it was discovered that the HPV vaccine actually kills more girls than HPV itself, because HPV is so normal to get. So many people have it. Rick Perry, thanks, Tim Truth. Great to see you, by the way. Appreciate the shout-outs recently on Float. Thank you for joining us here. I had an issue beaming this over to Float, almost not because of Float, but because of my streamer. I need to pay for a bigger subscription to stream to more than one platform at a time. It's stupid. I'll figure something out. I think Kingsley said he'll support that so that we can get going on Float and YouTube. But this is the final days of YouTube, so I want to reach out to everyone. I see a $10 super chat from Krelix Gmail. Thank you so much. They said, keep it up, my friend. You'll do it. Bitcoin Cash for the win. Yeah, do I have a Bitcoin Cash address in the description? I think I do. Man, it's in demand. I can't believe I don't have it on there. I will, what is my Bitcoin Cash address? That's not good. I can't do anything right now. I can't get it. But On STEEMIT, when I was still allowed on STEEMIT before they shut me out of my account, I have a lot of things on there for sending to different crypto addresses. For the time being, there's this Bitcoin address right here. This is just normal Bitcoin, SegWit. Really appreciate it, guys. All the tips seriously help keep us alive. I am seeing 2 new pledges. All right. We got a $5 pledge from Bernie. A much better Bernie than Bernie Sanders. I really appreciate that. Most are, but it really helps us a lot. And we got a $10 patron from, oh man, Carl. Hey, how's it going, man? Glad to hear that you're watching. The Moon. So that puts it down another $15. And again, these pledges make a world of difference. We need those pledges to get up there by January 1st for us to survive. So that's $15 off of, I forget the number, I got it written down here. $15, oh man, I have to do math. $15 off of $14.37. So that brings us down to $14.22. We need to make $1,422 more by January 1st to keep WAM alive. Thank you, Carl, and thank you, Bernie. It means a great deal to me. Seriously, that's what we need right now. We need this going for us. We got cut out 90% of monetization, 80% audience since January. It's been crazy, but we are determined. Like I said, I will go homeless before I allow this to stop me. I will never stop. I will never give up. But I need to reach out to all of you for help while I get up and running on my feet when we make the shift over from YouTube with 136,000 subscribers to these platforms where I don't have that many followers yet. He says, The Moon says, hey man, love the channel. Love your channel too, man. I watch you all the time. Really appreciate that. Have you joined Float yet? flote.app. You should definitely get on Float. Seriously, this is... I believe Float is going to replace all these independent, these other social media networks. I have faith in it, and I've never really truly had faith in any social media networks replacing Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Tumblr, Reddit, Patreon, all those kinds of things in one, like Float is. Until now, watching Float develop and watching it grow. And I've never seen any social media network grow as fast as Float. I was one of the first people ever on YouTube. I forgot to mention this. I was one of maybe the first 200. I found YouTube on the 6th page of Google results for streaming videos. Before that, it was a site called Yashi, Y-A-S-H-I, which no one's ever heard of. And of course, LiveLeak and all that kind of stuff. And Google Video, I think, at one point. But anyway, so I've been on YouTube since the very beginning, when if someone had 100 subscribers, they were considered YouTube famous. And I've watched it grow and get better, and then after 2009, slowly get worse. Other than certain monetization that got a little bit better until about 2012. Nonetheless, it's just been downhill from there. Anyway, I'll bring this up on the screen actually. So, Carl, if you're still watching, I hope you go and join Float.app because it is truly, I think, the best hope at replacing YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Tumblr, Reddit, and Patreon all in one. You could pledge on Float. You could do live streams on Float. You can do super chats on Float. They're implementing Wire soon. They're implementing monetization soon. They let you connect all your other things without shadow banning. There's no algorithm stopping you from reaching people. I reach more people on Float than I do on Facebook, and I have 10 times a following on Facebook. And in many cases, I get more comments and likes on my posts that are just on my newsfeed on Float than I do on the YouTube community section to 136,000 people. So 136 times what I have here. So that says something, doesn't it? Pretty incredible. So I really hope that everyone joins Float.app. And if you haven't already, BitChute. We got 501 subscribers. And 502, thank you to another person who subscribed on BitChute. Let's see what's going on here. Am I showing this on the screen? Yeah. Let's see what's going on here on here. No donations yet on GoFundMe, but that's all right. We're doing well with these Patreon pledges, guys, and we need to drive those pledges. Let's check out Subscribestar real quick 41 subscribers. Still 41. Okay, that's all right. That's all right. We have been able to raise a decent amount today, and that means a great deal to me. And I mean, I can't tell you guys how much it really truly means to me to see you guys supporting independent media and supporting the future of free information. So let's see what we got here. I'm not showing the screen anymore, right? Okay, good. I don't want to show people's private info. So James Duran GT Garage says, "Hey Moon, didn't expect to see you in this video." Yeah, well, big fan of the Moon and big fan of Tim Truth. Great channels that everyone should go check out, and also go check out Tim Truth on Float, because we're not going to be on YouTube very much longer. For those just tuning in order to stop WAM from going under, and I mean really, literally going under, we're going to be gone, we need to raise another $1,422 in pledges, at minimum, by January 1st, or else we're gone. Because YouTube on December 10th is going to crack down on most channels if they don't, delete our channel completely, which they very well likely will. They'll probably delete millions of channels, and no one's going to do anything about it. They're going to demonetize us either way completely, and we've already been demonetized 90%. I can't even keep up with it. A couple $100 a month is not enough to live on. So yeah, we need to keep the lights on here. I work 18 hours a day at this, and we need to save independent medias now. And if not now, it's never going to happen. We're just going to be gone. I won't be able to tell you where to go, like telling you to go to float.app and telling you to go to BitChute and stuff like that. I won't be able to do that because I'll be gone. And you'll sign into YouTube one day, and all you'll see is Fox News, CNN, MSNBC, ABC, BBC, all of these networks that control the narrative, that indoctrinate people, that shove complete indoctrination garbage down kids' throats, the kids that are being indoctrinated in public schools as it is, and make stupid voters of millions and millions of people, hundreds of millions of people, and promote pedophilia. It's something that I'm trying very hard to just like not go on a huge rant about, but we know what ABC and Disney does. We know what BBC did with Jimmy Savile. It's sickening. I have faith in the future. I have faith that we're going to replace the old guard system, the government, the banks, the social media networks, all these kinds of things that control the narrative, like Chinese-style technocracy. We're going to replace it with better things. But while we're in that transition, we need you. We need you now more than ever. Without you, we just can't make it. So those of you that pledge on Patreon, Subscribestar, Float, it means a great deal. It seriously changes everything and allows us to actually thrive as independent media and bring you information on a daily basis. Again, I work about 18 hours a day at that. Thank you, Aaron Nakamoto on Float for the $10. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. We need to go support Float, guys. I think it's incredibly important. Let's see what we got here. Tim Truth says, "Get on Float and use it, folks. Good work, Josh. Keep fighting. They're scared of your resilience." Yeah, and same to you, man. I mean, it's ThemTube, not YouTube anymore, right? YouTube keeps outdoing itself with ridiculousness. Yeah, and they're shooting themselves in the foot. But what's interesting is that they are losing hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars by doing this. It shows you that they don't care about money. This has nothing to do with money. This is a government. Only a government entity would do this. Only a government entity would shoot themselves in the foot in this way. What does that tell you? It tells you that our information is being censored and controlled by this almighty entity we call government, and throughout the banking system and the deep state, as some might call it. The narrative is being controlled, and it's not a surprise to most of us. But a lot of people still think that you can get away with little things on YouTube. Surely they're not really censoring people. No, a lot of it is self-censorship. They're financial terrorists. They're scaring people into with their ideology. They're spreading fear to promote their ideology, and that fear being the fear of losing money. That's financial terrorism in a nutshell. So we're actually dealing with terrorists here, and I just have to say, I do not negotiate with terrorists, and I will continuously post videos regardless of these sick pieces of trash promoting pedophilia, censoring the narrative, promoting statism, promoting dependency, promoting slavery, and restricting free speech. I will not negotiate with terrorists. Nothing is going to stop me. They can delete me. I'm still going to keep going, but I need your guys' help. I've been offered big jobs by mainstream medias, and I've turned them down. The money isn't enough to let me sleep at night. I want to actually be able to bring you real information, not read someone else's script. This is important. I will shut down all those mainstream media gigs. To hell with them. I do not negotiate with terrorists. End stop. My dad says control is more important than money to the elites. They already have the cash. Yeah, well, they could just steal people's money, print money, whatever. Zane Dixon says, point them out and people will act. Jeffrey Epstein, people like that. I mean, I can't point out all the pedophiles right now. There's a lot of them. But anyway, so we need to raise $1,422 more by January 1st to keep WAM alive. If we can't do that, we're going under. So anything that you guys can do. We got Patreon, we got GoFundMe, we got Subscribestar. I prefer the pledges because the pledges are more security, but I'm definitely not going to say no to Super Chats and, of course, GoFundMe as well. It means a great deal to me, and it tells me that people actually give a damn about the future of mankind and the future of free information. Don H says, that's right, don't let them stop you. Keep posting videos. We'll never stop, but I'll probably be kicked off of YouTube very soon. So come and join us on float.app if you haven't already. I'm waiting for all of you guys that haven't signed up yet. It takes 2 seconds. Let's do this. From 1,106 followers to 1,106. So we've gotten quite a few new followers since the beginning of this stream. But we need you guys to sign up for float.app, flote.app. That's where I'll be. I post there more than Facebook. I post there more than Twitter for sure. I barely pay attention to Twitter. I'm on Instagram too, and I don't even know. My World Alternative Media on Instagram. I mean, you could follow me if you want over there. I do post every day there, but those are just like a lot of pictures and stuff with friends and stuff. I don't know what I'm even doing there. But anyway, float.app is where I'm going to be. So when I'm gone from YouTube, you'll know where to look. And if you sign up now, you'll be on the ground floor of this new revolutionary social media network, and you'll be able to continuously follow my work. Same with on BitChute at World Alternative Media. Let's see what we got here. 502 subscribers. And we have 502 subscribers still. All right. That's all right. That's all right. Let's see on Subscribestar here. 41 subscribers. Still 41, I think. Did it even refresh? Yeah, still 41. Anyway, but we have been able to raise, so far, $82 in pledges this live stream so far, and I can't tell you how appreciative I am of that. It really means a great deal. So thank you for everyone who's done that, as well as all of the help on by $82. I mean, including Subscribestar, by the way. But anyway. For those watching, I mean, the super chats mean a great deal to me as well. That really helps me survive. I am getting paid for this month on. I'm getting paid this month on the 21st for last month, and I'm going to be paid on the 21st next month for this month. And only a few $100s have come in. So I got one last small amount of money I'm getting tomorrow from YouTube, and then the last of it is coming December 21st, basically. So I need to raise another $1,500 in pledges by January 1st. I need it. I need that now, or else WAM's done. I'd like to thank Joseph, who just added their pledge from $1 to $3. Thank you very much. That brings it down to $1,420. So let me just add that there, 1,420. Thank you so much. Really, seriously, helps a great deal. So thank you. I really do appreciate it. We need you guys. You guys are the change you wish to see in the world. Without you, we are nothing. And without you, information dies. And it'll be replaced by a vast darkness of propaganda, a web of indoctrination. The future of the children that are growing up today will be seriously in question. It already is a lot, and we need to counter that. We need to. It's our responsibility. Do you know how many people, especially boomers and stuff, do you know how many people who were hippies in the 60s and 70s tell me I'm sorry all the time? They tell me that they're sorry. They say, you know, we talked a lot of talk, but we didn't do a whole lot in the 60s and the 70s, and look what happened. Look what came of it. And it's something that, you know, gets on a lot of their nerves. On a regular basis, they think about it. I know I've gotten a lot of people who talk to me about this issue. We don't want that. We don't want that to prevail among the millennials and the Generation X and stuff like that. We have an opportunity to shape the future. It's like stepping on a snail 15 million years ago. Everything would change. Changes a space-time continuum, essentially. Changing what we do now as far as supporting the spread of free information will change everything in the future. It'll change the lives of our children. It'll change the lives of our grandchildren. It'll change our own lives. It'll bring down the possibility of us being drafted. It'll bring down the possibility of vast global wars and nuclear wars. Bring down the possibility of completely being muzzled and turning into Logan's Run. It'll bring down the likelihood of that dramatically if we act now. If not for me, for Press for Truth, for We Are Change, for Ford Fisher, for Freedom Free for All, for Carrie Wedler, for all these other independent medias out there that are suffering right now. James Corbett, Ernest Hancock. It's important. Tim Truth says, BitChute.com/World Alternative Media. Thanks, Tim. Yeah, they're weird about posting BitChute links here on YouTube for obvious reasons. They claimed that it was because the word BITCH is in the spelling, which could be part of it as far as robotic algorithm goes, but I think there's a lot more to it, obviously. Let's see. We got Don H says, I guess my last chat comment when I wrote where else I'm following you. Correction, my chat comment was probably deleted when I wrote above following you on float.app, yeah. I can't see it. Let me see. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. That's weird. I see you saying don't let them stop you. Joham22 says, watch your video all the time. They're real informative. Thank you for your passion of sharing the truth. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. It does mean a lot. I can't thank every single person that watches and every person that pledges and every person that helps, but it means a great deal. I've never been good at giving or taking compliments, but I guarantee you I really, truly appreciate it. Let's see what we got here on float.app. Let's bring it up on the screen again and refresh. 1106 to 1108. All right, we got 2 more followers on Float. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. And let's see, on BitChute, 502 to 503. All right, so we got a few more people. Very important. It takes these videos literally to get people on these platforms, and that's the way it is. And you know, I gotta tell people before I'm gone, because once I'm gone, you won't be able to find these. You won't be able to find me anymore for the most part. Most people will just forget that I even exist. Already, people all the time tell me that they didn't even know I still made videos because YouTube completely shut me off or just unsubscribed people, etc. And it's interesting because, I mean, I've seen people right in front of me search up World Alternative Media on YouTube on their phone and my channel not come up. Nowhere. It's gone. It's not there. And they're like, man, have you made videos in the last several years? Did you delete your channel? I'm like, no. What the hell? It's sickening. So Again, for those just tuning in, we need you guys. We need you guys now more than ever. We need to raise another $1,420 by January 1st or WAM is gone. We need that now or never because we're going down real hard right now. YouTube's about to crack down on everyone. They've already been cracking down on us. 80% of viewership, 90% of monetization loss this year. So we need your help. I also want to expand WAM with multiple other personalities. I've been talking with a few people that are really talented that have their own YouTube channel. I think it's important that independent medias work together. It's imperative, really. And I'm working on a network and all sorts of stuff like that to try and aid this issue. But in the transition, we need your help. Kid Max says, keep fighting. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I will. I'll never stop. Nothing's going to stop me. And like I said, I will not negotiate with terrorists, these monetary terrorists that are trying to stop me from speaking with self-censorship by taking my money away and making it so that I can't live and I can't afford rent and I can't afford food and I can't afford gas and I can't afford bills and I can't afford anything and I can't afford to work 18 hours a day bringing you guys content. That's why we need you guys. Travis Sanders says, you're right to worry. They banned Alex Jones, and now I don't see much of him anymore. I'm going to be investing my energy less in Facebook, YouTube, and transferring to alternatives now. Definitely, yeah, absolutely. Float is a great way to do that as well. Float.app, flote.app. I'm going to write it in the thing again for those that aren't aware. Actually, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy and paste my page on Float right there. And there you go. So, yeah, I mean, Alex Jones was a test. They're like, oh, the most popular independent media guy. Let's see if we can take him down, then we can take anyone down. And no one did anything, and no one cared because people are largely generally complacent, unfortunately. And that's why we need to take our own, we need to work hard to build this, build the future ourselves and be the change we wish to see because other people aren't going to help us in most cases, except for the great people that are watching this stream and the people that are pledging. It means so much. It really does. Exactly, him and Farrakhan. I haven't heard about Farrakhan since the last election. The Kid Max says they are losing power and they're, you know what, in their pants, crapping their pants. Yeah. It's sad to see so few take responsibility when all this stuff comes down. I mean, I need to take responsibility myself, but also we need people that are watching, the viewers, to help, or else we go under. For those just tuning in, I need to raise another $1,420 in pledges on a minimum monthly in order to survive for WAM to prevail the long run by January 1st. Because YouTube is about to take down a whole bunch of independent media channels, gamers, makeup artists, toy reviews. It's crazy. This channel is not for children, but also they're basically claiming that anything that isn't filled with swears is somehow built for children. But if I swear, then they'll demonetize me entirely. They've already demonetized me 90%, but I need that couple $100 left. But once that's gone, yeah, we're pretty much screwed, and that's why we need your pledges, guys, and that's how we will replace the dependence on the system. We will prevail if you guys pledge and help out however you can. Jandra Alun says, some news authors have started using Twitch. It's more than just a gaming platform and can get way more monetization there than YouTube. Yeah, most of the people I know in independent media that have tried that haven't been very successful, but I've definitely heard that. Same with TikTok, I've heard, is a really big one for that. TikTok apparently is, a lot of people are using that. Girl Gone Crypto on YouTube here is doing that. And by the way, Girl Gone Crypto does great videos. Leah Thompson, you should check her out. But anyway, I can try that out, I guess. I feel like that's one of the mainstream platforms and that they're going to be completely censored and controlled too. Remember what they did with Alex Jones all in one day from all the platforms at once, essentially. Almost all of them. And then also, you can't forget, like one of the first is Christopher Cantwell, who I used to know, who like years ago, before he went completely crazy. But anyway, Christopher Cantwell ended up getting deleted from all these platforms. And while I disagreed with him, I thought it was wrong. They were able to delete him from Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. They were able to delete him from, I think, his OkCupid account, from PayPal, from GoDaddy. All these things at the same time. What does that tell you? I mean, it's crazy. Robbie Higginson says, "Hi Josh, I will donate $60 on GoFundMe in a couple of hours." Thank you so much. I appreciate that, man. It means a lot. See, it's people like Robbie that are going to keep, independent media alive and keep this information alive and combat this craziness of the mainstream media and the establishment that's completely keeping us in the shadows and attempting to brainwash us into complete dependence. It's just, I've never seen it get so crazy. Thank you so much, Robbie. It means a lot. It really does. Let's see what we got here. I'm gonna check my Patreon because I don't always get notifications when people pledge. Let's see. Anyways, let's get back to business here. I want to do a whole bunch. I'm gonna be posting a bunch of news videos soon. My issue right now is just trying to stay alive. I haven't eaten yet today, by the way. That's how committed I am to trying to save money right now. Literally, as long as it stays, it's 11:50 p.m. here, and I haven't eaten one thing all day. Just had coffee. Got to edit a video after this, and Adobe just shut down my Adobe Premiere Pro for some freaking reason, and are demanding that I pay for it now on a monthly basis or something. So everything at the same time. So I don't even know how I'm going to edit tonight. I got to work on that later tonight. Probably be up till 5 a.m. or so. But anyway, I really appreciate. My dad says you should learn to cook. I can cook. I can save just as much money or spend just as little money buying from a restaurant, like not fast food, but not expensive either for food. And I don't have time to cook. Let's see. Kid Max says salute, man, to Robbie. And again, thank you very much. And super chats help a lot too. Anything helps really at this. It means a great deal to us. Fox Coit says, if dollar falls, then these big internet pages are worthless. True. Yeah. Well, you got to have wealth insurance. You got to hedge your bets, and we're outside the U.S. dollar, outside of fiat. I'm on that. No worries there. But I get 100% what you're saying, and I totally agree. Kid Max says, follow your soul's ambition. That is the true test. That is why they make it hard. Yeah. Everything's a test in life. That's why I don't let it get me down. I get a little angry at the lack of help that a lot of people do or give. It kind of makes me worry a bit about the future of mankind. But, no, I don't let it get me down. I'm a very positive person as far as the future. I believe that we're going to win this battle, but we're going to win the information war. But first, Julian Assange is in prison. Epstein covering up for pedophilia. YouTube taking down millions of channels soon. It's sad, but that's a temporary thing. Long term, I have great faith in humanity and the future. At least I think I do. But I don't let it get me down. I'm not someone that sits and wallows in pain and depression. I make things happen. If bad things happen, I find a way around it. I found a certain level of bliss almost when I was in Africa, and I was waking up in the middle of the night in a hostel in Mauritania in the middle of the Sahara next to a minefield with raw sewage with cockroaches crawling all over my face. I kept waking up and just taking it and throwing it, and it was brutal, and I was going crazy. I just almost flipped out. Anyway, it's in my documentary Atlantis in the Desert. Anyway, I fell asleep. I slept for 12 hours, and I woke up to some Islamic chanting and prayer, and it was actually pretty beautiful. And then a rooster, and I woke up, and I was just like floating on a cloud, and I just felt Like, nothing can ever be truly bad or negative necessarily after this experience. I had reached complete insanity the night before, while Annam and Micah, who I was with on the trip, were like, "Oh man, Josh is gonna go completely crazy. What are we gonna do?" But then I woke up and they're the ones that were complaining for the rest of the trip. And I'm like, "Everything's great. Everything's fine. Let's have another 24-hour bus ride. Let's jump in the back of a van with a bunch of workers and go across the country with no air conditioning in the Sahara. And, let's deal with the minefield." We drove through a minefield right after that. Highest concentration of landmines anywhere in the world, I believe, somewhere just around the Mauritania, Western Sahara, Morocco region into Algeria. Cockroaches all over my face, raw sewage running outside, landmines everywhere, and I couldn't have been more happy. And one thing I noticed in Mauritania was they have so little, only 0.2% of their land is farmable. They're so incredibly poor. They're living in shacks. They sleep during the day in the shade with no air conditioning and then work at night. Everything gets lively at night. It's crazy. It's an Al-Qaeda red zone, all that kind of stuff. And I couldn't help but notice all of these people that were so happy. They had nothing, but they were so happy. Everyone seemed to be happy for the most part, and they had nothing. And then I get back to the United States, and everyone is complaining about one thing or another, whining about how terrible their life is. Oh, they missed a show on TV. They had to work an extra hour, and that's all stuff that annoys people, and we're conditioned because we don't experience what the people in Mauritania do. I know. But I couldn't help but see that and go, what the hell is the point? The more I've complained, the more you have, the more you complain, and that tells you that it's all material. It all means nothing. All that money means absolutely nothing. It helps, it makes things easier, but it means nothing. You pave your own path, you make your own happiness, you become the change you wish to see in your life and in the world around you. That's not just politically or apolitically or as far as anarchists go and as far as change the world, the environment, the money, etc. It means that's just part of it. The most important part to change is within you. You need to change your mind. You need to change yourself. You need to release yourself from the prison that's within your mind that's holding you back. Well, all these people in Mauritania live with nothing. They ride high above almost everyone in the United States or throughout Europe when it comes to happiness and inner bliss. It's something that I've become very aware of in the past year. And I wouldn't change any of that for the world. What I was able to do in Mauritania, I'm pretty tired, as you can see. I'm running out of steam. But anyway, for those that are just tuning in, we need to raise $1,420 by January 1st. Or else, WAM goes under. It comes down to you as an individual watching this, as far as being the change you wish to see and saving independent media from complete demise, because it's going to happen if those of you don't help. Either myself, Press for Truth, We Are Change, Ford Fisher, Carrie Wedler, Freedom Free for All, James Corbett. Anyway, James Dooley sent $10 in the super chat. Thank you so much, James. Yes, I really appreciate it. Thank you. He says, I will probably end up in a concentration camp for doing this, but I appreciate your videos, so I will help. Given Uber and WeWork's failures, YouTube is probably under pressure to show they can make money. Yeah, you know what? And thank you very much. I appreciate it. If we band together and save independent media, you won't end up in a concentration camp. But thank you so much. Appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, so all these companies are desperately needing to build in order to stay alive, or else they collapse. I think YouTube's going to be bought up as a public entity soon by the government. It is, but under wraps. But it's going to be official probably soon. Same with Facebook and stuff. I think they're trying to form their own sovereign governments, honestly. But anyway, so, and they want their own currency and all that kind of stuff. But I think that what they're doing, the same with Amazon, all the FANG stocks, they're trying to build up their stocks because if the second they stop adding new things, they collapse. They become a bubble and they burst. And they fail. Far worse than you ever saw on MySpace or Bebo or any of those. I think they're scared. But from a money perspective, they're throwing their money out the window in order to control the narrative because they're a government entity. Only a government entity would do something so stupid as to shoo away almost all of their money. The advertisers don't really care. The advertisers don't have a problem. Coca-Cola doesn't have a problem advertising on my channel. YouTube just says they have a problem. And then they say that it's not advertiser friendly. So they take the monetization away from the video. And then they advertise on it anyway. You'll notice this a lot on YouTube. They advertise on videos that have been demonetized. And then YouTube just takes all the money for themselves. Anyway, Louis Padilla says, or Padilla. Anyway, Louis Padilla, sorry, $9.99 he just sent in the super chat. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. It means a lot. Again, those super chats make it possible for us to survive. And he says, thank you. Thank you to you as well. You guys are the change you wish to see in the world. Make sure to press a like on this video, by the way, if you haven't already. I'm not sure how many likes it's got, but if you press like on the video, that helps as well. Get us into the algorithm. For those just tuning in, we need $1,420 more per month in pledges in order to survive as a media, or else we're going to go under. So we need your help, guys. We need your help now more than ever. You are the change you wish to see. It's now tomorrow. It's 12 a.m. I'm sure most of the people I'm reaching are in Europe or in Oceania or in Asia. Really appreciate you joining us. Russians, perhaps. I haven't eaten today at all. And I've been up since pretty early. Still drinking that coffee, though. Sorry, my mind, it keeps blanking out. Foxcoit says, I'm from Estonia. All right, that's awesome. I got to go there. But not until we get this whole monetization thing figured out. I'm not going anywhere until we figure that out. I'm staying right here. Jandra Alun says 3 a.m. here, so you are on the East Coast. Jandra, I'm glad that you're joining us at this late hour. I hope I'm not keeping anyone up. If so, go to bed. It's okay. I won't blame you. Make sure to press like on the video if you haven't already. And anyway, join us on float.app, flote.app. Let me just share that again in the chat. That's where I'll be when YouTube deletes us in the next little while. Aaron says, how's the coffee? Good, but not as good as yours. You put, like, what, cinnamon in it? It's pretty feminine coffee, but it's pretty good. We got a new patron, Tim. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that. $5 patron. We got it down again. I can't say I am surprised, but I'm really appreciative. I knew people cared. It's really just great to see. That brings us down to 1,415 more until January 1st or by January 1st in pledges. So thank you so much. That's freaking awesome. We have made some ground here tonight. And this is how we will survive. D. Rudder says, I'm looking for desktop PC-based platforms. Well, you can get Float on your laptop. I use it on my laptop more than the phone, though they do have an app for the phone. But, yeah, I mean... Anyway, I just want to thank Tim Truth again. All the people that are sending super chats, all the pledges. Sung-hoon, thank you very much. That was a huge pledge that he did earlier, and it was Awesome. We need that to stay afloat right now, and just means a great deal. And speaking of afloat, let's bring this back up on the screen. Float.app, everyone. flote.app. I'm at Josh Sigurdsson as well as at WAM, at WAM. You can follow us on there. Let's see, 1108 to 1110. All right. By the way, I'm the top person on Float right now. I'm pretty excited about that. I'm beating out the creator of Float, at King. You can go follow at King as well, King. He's the guy who founded Float, CEO of Float. But I honestly think Float will replace the social medias that are censoring and destroying, the terrorists that are protecting pedophiles. I think Float will blow them out of the water. So flote.app, make sure to comment on my post. I'll make sure to follow you, and I'll try and follow everyone that's been following me here tonight. But again, float.app, it's set to replace Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Tumblr, Reddit, Patreon, all in one. They're going to be implementing monetization soon on videos. You can already do super chats in the live streams. You can pledge in crypto, and you're about to be able to pledge in another way through Wire soon. I think they're integrating that shortly. It's just a great platform, and it's still in beta, and it's still very early on, but I am 100%. I will put my whole career behind Float. I'm serious. I have no problem putting 100% of my career behind this. I believe in this. I'm willing to risk my life, essentially. That's how serious I am about it. Otherwise, there's also BitChute. 503 subscribers to 504. We got another. All right, great. Good to see. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. GoFundMe, again. Almost all that money is from over 4.5 years. So don't think that I just got all that money. I have none of that money. Thank you to the $10 Anonymous and the $20 Anonymous as well. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Means a lot. We got the pledges coming in tonight. We got the GoFundMes. We got the Float signups. We got the BitChute signups and subscriptions. It means a lot. It really does. Let's see what we got here on Subscribestar. 41 subscribers. Still 41. Fair enough. It's a different site. But anyway, I mean, so Subscribestar, I do subscriber-only content on there as well. For those interested. Send me a message if you're over the $5 mark on Patreon, and I'll make sure to include you in on that subscriber-only content as well. And I do subscriber-only content on Float. I haven't done it yet, but I'm going to be doing that very shortly. So, anyway. Yeah, I see you guys definitely give me hope for mankind when I see people actually caring and doing something about it, and this is what I was hoping to see. John LaRouche says Facebook is a CIA op. Definitely. TJ Antipas says Bummer Float is an unsecure site. Will bookmark and keep checking if it gets updated before I join. I don't think it's unsecure at all. And it's in beta and it's growing, but it's not unsecure. If you're thinking about the Medium article from before Float launched, that was just like testing phase, that there was an issue, and they got around that, and that's what a good site does. It's also they got encrypted messaging, so I think they use what they use on Signal for encrypted messaging. Anyway, your messages aren't being spied on by the Chinese government. Aaron Hunch sent smiley faces. Smiley face to you as well. I don't know what that was. Tim True says, Float is secure SSL. What do you mean, Travis? TJ? Yeah, I don't see how it's unsecure. YouTube University says, did a payment $20 on GoFundMe. Thank you so much. So that was you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Really means a lot. Kingsley put up hands. That's supposed to be like Illuminati. D. Rudder says, I have Steam, 3Speak, BitChute, been deplatformed on Facebook and almost gone from YouTube. Yeah, well, I got locked out of my account on STEEMIT, so that was super not cool. So I stopped posting on there about 6 or 7 months ago. Um, Paolo Zeta says, Mario Draghi, please forgive me. All right. Kingsley Edwards says that Medium article was that group that tried to extort us. Yeah, and that was a long time ago. Float wasn't even launched yet at that time. John LaRouche says Hillary allowed China to spy on we the people. Yeah, absolutely. China, it's all part of the incremental move towards Chinese technocratic control grid that goes back to the 1970s when Kissinger met with Mao Zedong, and then leading into the Trilateral Commission with Zbigniew Brzezinski, allying with China, propping them up as a global superpower. They're set to surpass the United States in a few years. They're basically a guinea pig state for technocratic communism and fascism mixed into one. It's just control of the populace, guys. Paolo Zeta said $5.99 Australian. Thank you so much, Paolo. Appreciate that. Do you send that because I actually know how to pronounce your name? I have a few friends named Paolo, and anyway, probably still not very good. But I appreciate that. That means a lot. That makes a huge difference and allows us to stay alive as an independent media. And same with all these other independent medias. We're all going down if it isn't for you guys helping us, either following us to these other platforms or pledging or both. And those pledges make a huge difference. Let's see. What was I looking at before? I was going to respond to something. Kingsley was saying that Medium article was about that group that tried to extort us. Oh, yeah, that's interesting how Google shows that article, one of the first articles on Float when you Google Float. It says a lot. Paolo Zeta says, send another $4.49 Australian dollars. Thank you so much again. Really appreciate that. Says, forgot you made me discover John Taylor Gatto. Yeah, he was great. May he rest in peace. And he was a mentor to David Rodriguez, who we've had as a guest on here, regarding homeschooling. He came from the public school system and really rooted it out and exposed it. So yeah, he's great. But anyway, again, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Aaron says John Taylor Gatto is amazing, and so is David Rodriguez. Completely agree. Kid Max, put the pray hands. Okay, I have to leave now, my friend. We'll be subscribing. I just found your channel. I wish you the best. Keep following your truth, no matter how it seems. You are making a difference. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. You guys keep us up and running, and I guess we're gonna have to go right away. But we were able to get it down here to. Let me just double check Patreon real quick for any other pledges. Nothing yet since. Tim, again, I really appreciate that, Tim. Thank you, everyone. And nothing new on Subscribestar. But anyway, I just want to thank everyone. Again, we need to come up with $1,415 more by January 1st in order to avoid collapsing as a media and going out of business, basically. We were cut down dramatically fast, and we were too dependent on YouTube. It's largely our fault, but it's also a censorship and attempt to try and muzzle all of us in independent media. It's now or never, because they are shutting down possibly millions of channels, if not demonetizing them, on December 10th. So we need to raise $1,415 more in pledges by January 1st, or WAM is gone. There's no way around that. We can't live on a couple $100 a month working 18 hours a day to bring videos to people. So we need you guys to help any way you can. And join us on float.app and stuff like that. There's our Bitcoin address as well. Really appreciate any tips you could give. Travis Sanders says, what happened to your STEEMIT? I want to make sure it doesn't happen to me. What should I know? Don't sign in on another IP address. They locked me out, and then every time I try to do what they literally tell me to do to get back into my account, they say, sorry, try again later. And then I've talked to people at STEEMIT, and no one will respond to my messages. I've talked to some of the top people at STEEMIT. It's ridiculous. But anyway, we are going out of business unless we can raise $1,415 more by January 1st. That's what we need. That's how we will make it And then, I mean, one way or another, I'm not going to stop doing this stuff, but I'll be homeless. So I wouldn't say I'll be out of business. I'll just be homeless. And I won't be posting on YouTube because YouTube will delete us. Travis Sanders says, that's crazy. I use a different IP every time. Me too. That's why I was weird. I don't know. Tim True says, share and donate, folks, and get on Float. Absolutely. Get on float.app, flote.app. I'm going to share the link again right now in the chat. There is our link to float.app. Join now or never, guys, because YouTube's about to shut us all down, and we're going to be gone forever. And I see some new people tuning in. AU, Kekovic says, hi, chat. Hello to you. I think, were you on earlier? I think so. Thought Police is on and everything. I really appreciate everyone joining us. I was about to sign out. We need your help, guys. So we're trying to raise $1,415 by January 1st in pledges and monthly pledges, or else we go under. So $1, $5, $10, $20, $15, $100, whatever it might be. Pledges on Subscribestar, on Patreon. We need that now, or else we are not going to be able to sustain ourselves. And we're watching independent medias get ripped apart left and right. I mean, right now what's happening is YouTube's about to take down basically everyone. So gamers and makeup artists and toy reviews and stuff all under the guise of helping children, as well as independent media, which is sick. It's rich, but it's sick because they protect pedophilia. And they take down videos critical of pedophilia while promoting Desmond is amazing and all that kind of stuff. It's pretty disgusting. Mr. X says, I have a spare room. Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, I'll show up at Aaron and Kingsley's and be like, I need to crash on your couch, which I'm sure they'll love. Hint, they won't. But anyway, so appreciate everyone joining us. Super chats, GoFundMe's, Patreon, Subscribestar. We need those pledges now in order to survive. I'm going to bring up that float one more time before I get going. There's float.app, at Josh Sigurdsson, as well as at WAM, WAM. You can find us on here. And let's see, from 1,110 followers to 1,112, another 2 people. Thank you very much. I'm going to follow all of you after this live stream. I really appreciate it. So this is where I'll be posting once YouTube takes us down. Join now, or else I'm just going to disappear from your feed, and all you're going to see is Fox News, CNN, MSNBC, ABC, pedophiles, Disney, that kind of stuff. You're going to see BBC, pedophile, cover up for Jimmy Savile medias, and you won't see independent media anymore. We're just going to be gone. If you don't follow us on these things, we're going to be lost forever. And there goes the battle for free information online and the battle against indoctrination. There goes free speech. BitChute, let's see, from 504 subscribers. Still 504. Okay, whatever. But anyway, Subscribestar, subscriber-only content. Still have 41 subscribers. Anyway. So, I better get going right away, but I see some people commenting here. Let me just see. I own my own home with 2 extra bedrooms in Spain. I am serious. Spain is my favorite country in the world, so that sounds pretty nice. Where in Spain? Are you Valencia, Malaga? That's my favorite region. Sevilla. Let me know in the chat. I haven't eaten today, so I'm getting really dizzy from talking. I'm actually getting cold sweats here from this. Thought Police says Epstein didn't kill himself. Of course he didn't. There's a chance he might even still be alive. I question that a lot, but he could have a kill switch. But then again, the government could be quick enough to stop the kill switch. Province of Malaga. Oh, man. Mr. X is really tempting me here because Malaga is my favorite city in the world. Send me an email at worldalternativemedia@gmail.com. I'll put it in here. For those of you interested, you can join our mailing list. It's for security. And you can do that by sending the subject line yes to worldalternativemedia@gmail.com. I'll make sure to send you an email right away, Mr. X. I'm not saying I'm going to need that anytime soon. I'm on lease. But if the worst happens, that sounds pretty awesome, because I was actually thinking of opting to moving to Malaga, Spain, because honestly, I fell in love with the place. I've been there twice now, and I just love the city. It's so incredible. I think I've been to Granada, but I think I only passed through it. I drove once from Malaga to Barcelona up the coast of Spain, the east coast of Spain. And yeah, but I also been elsewhere on train in Spain as well, and out to Sevilla stuff. Anyway, I'll send you an email. I really appreciate that. And KO Power 777 sent $20 in the super chat. Says God bless you. Well, God bless you as well. I really do appreciate that. That means a lot. That's why I have faith. Aaron just said, I just made a lasagna if you don't feel like cooking. I'm not. It's 19 a.m., Aaron. I'm not coming to your house. Aaron and Kingsley begs me to come to their house, and then they're like, oh, Josh is here. Leave. Why don't you leave? Why are you still here? I need to edit a video still tonight. I'm going to probably order food. Besides, your lasagna is vegan. Anyway, again, KO Power 777, thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. Those super chats seriously keep us alive, and it makes it possible for us to survive. Dark Helmet says, I just followed on Float. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That means a great deal as well. That's where we're going to be when this all ends, and it will end shortly. Aaron says, lol, oh, friendship. Yeah. I rag on Aaron and Kingsley, but they do some good work. They make me happy, and they also annoy the hell out of me, so anyway, let's see what we got here. Carlos Alexandros Alejandros says, I sent $10 from UK today. Keep pushing each day. Appreciate your videos. Thank you so much. That's awesome, man. I really appreciate that, Carlos. Yeah, you guys keep us up and running. Really do appreciate it. Anyway, I better get going. I'm getting I almost feel drunk because I haven't eaten yet today. I should eat like a granola bar or something. MoFit says, how do you make money or take advantage of crashes like the big guys do? Well, I can't give advice on that subject because legally I can't, and I could get in a lot of trouble for that. But with that said, I mean, there's always predatory, being a predator and going in and buying up houses really cheap at the end of a housing bubble burst and stuff like that. But when the global economy crashes, I think the best thing is there's ways to take advantage. Robert Kiyosaki goes into that a lot. But I'd say the best thing to do is preserve your wealth and back yourself up in cryptocurrencies, decentralized, all that kind of stuff. Privacy coins, most notably. Video Say So says, good night, y'all. That was me. Now let me hear you say it for yourself. LOL. Yeah. I need to go. Thanks for reminding me. It's pretty bad. Press like on the video if you haven't already. I really appreciate that. It helps with the algorithm and all that kind of stuff because people are going to be watching this video when it's not live as well. Thank you. MoFit says thanks. Thank you to you as well. I'll get more into detail on all this stuff when I can have food and wake up a bit. Thought Police says gold and silver. Absolutely. 100% agree. Wealth insurance, guys. For now, we need your pledges, and we need $1,415 more in monthly pledges by January 1st. It needs to happen or else WAM goes under. So any help, really, you guys will save the world, save free information. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you all. You guys are all heroes to me. I really do mean that. Here's our Bitcoin QR code if anyone wants to send a tip in Bitcoin. Anyway, really appreciate it, guys. Until next time, this is Josh Sigurdson signing out from World Alternative Media. Find the truth, be the change, and join Float. And taxation is theft. And Epstein didn't kill himself. Anyway.